Hello and welcome to live sessions. This is your host Umar Khan, and I'm back with another session, another guest, and yet again I'm very excited for today's show because the guest that I have with me today is a proud Greenwich alumnus, and we're in store to know about lots of things, especially when it comes to the technology side. So with me I have Mr. Shahbaz Jamote, and let me tell a little about the wonderful things that he's been doing over the years. He is the co-founder and CEO of TelloTalk and Tilism Technology. He's got over 15 years of leadership and multi-regional experience in the mobile value-added services industry. He has led diverse projects such as digital content management, applications development, SMS gateway services, SMS encryption on services, mobile banking, mobile marketing, and he has also served as the country manager of Entry Tech Pakistan. He is a gold medalist from Greenwich University and an avid comic book fan. He graduated in 2004. So, without any further delay, welcome to the show, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you so much, Umar. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You're most welcome, and thank you so much for your time. And of course, our topic of discussion is so interesting today. Technology development has grown in Pakistan. We'll be talking much more about that, and you've got a crucial role in that as well. But starting off the whole conversation, I'd like to know that we were stuck in this COVID situation for about 5 months. Now things are getting better. We're coming towards the new normal. But how did your life and work got affected? And how did you adapt it to according to the situation of all this COVID scenario?
Gee, I think that's an important point to discuss. और आपने बात बिल्कुल ठीक कही कि this was something that affected not only just Pakistan or a certain section of society, but the global population in general. And we are very, very grateful that we are at a point where somehow miraculously Pakistan is on the road to recovery, or mashallah is doing really good progress vis-a-vis the rest of the nations that we are seeing. Having said that, as far as the impact of Corona on us is concerned, again, being an IT company and also being part of this tech world, it truly is the age of wonders, right? So as long as you've got some kind of a digital connectivity and you can reach out and talk to people around you, whether they are your colleagues or they are your customers. For us, it was business as usual. थोड़ी सी adjustment थी. Obviously, working from home, a lot of people have kids at home, तो बड़ा मसला होता था. But that was something that everybody kind of adjusted to very, very quickly. So for us, we didn't really miss a beat. Alhamdulillah, as far as that is concerned, it was business, carried on. A lot of our work has to do with product development. So uske andar we were all coordinated. There's so many tools available that we were utilizing, so we were able to deploy that. हमारे platform भी कुछ ऐसी नौयत का था, which kind of got affected positively by the lockdown. We're a messaging platform, we're also a content and entertainment platform. So suddenly a lot of people found a lot of free time available, so they were able to experience the product more, they were able to explore the product more. So we saw engagement times, we saw traction actually going up and up and up for us. Absolutely. So globally, entertainment and communication apps did quite well. So same thing happened for us.
Indeed, and especially if I talk about this pandemic period, for the entire technology side in the IT field, it was a big opportunity, to grasp in people as well. As you said, your numbers went up. So let's just talk about TelloTalk. Now, what is TelloTalk and what was the whole idea behind starting TelloTalk? Because we've seen many social apps, but we can really own this one because this is a Pakistani communication social app. So just tell us what TelloTalk is and what's this all about.
Sure. If I take you guys through the inception of the idea, so as far as my, before TelloTalk, for 12 years, I have had the experience or the pleasure of having the experience of being in a tech company in which we used to connect enterprises in Pakistan with mobile users in Pakistan using SMS, IVR, and other mobile technologies. तो उसमें क्या होता था कि you would have a banking service आप यूज करते हैं, आपके पास क्रेडिट कार्ड की ट्रांजैक्शन होती है या कोई अकाउंट की एक्टिविटी होती है तो आपका SMS का अलर्ट आता है. Similarly, you pick up any product from the store. Usually they're running a campaign जहाँ पे एक SMS का hidden code होता है, आप SMS करते हो, आप prizes जीत सकते हो. We used to do campaigns like this. but the medium was always SMS, right? But in 2017, an important event happened for Pakistan is we finally entered the internet age in which mobile broadband services started to become more and more popular. So जब ये हुआ तो people, we started to see a shift from SMS to OTT apps. जिस तरह हम आजकल SMS पे कोई एक दूसरे को मैसेज नहीं करता, लेकिन हमारे पास मैसेजिंग एप्स बहुत सारी हैं जहाँ पे we are connected to our friends and family as well. So we saw an opportunity that this is going to be the new normal. This is where people are going to leave this medium behind and get on top of something which is going to be multimedia है, यहाँ पे आप ज़्यादा दोस्तों से बात कर सकते हैं. So there's a lot more that you can explore and do over there. So that's where we also thought that all of the services that we are doing, chahe banking hai, chahe brands ke, etc., are all going to be transported onto this medium as well. But we knew that the challenge or the opportunity was that all of the social media platforms, all of the communication platforms, they're all foreign owned. They're owned by people who don't have any physical presence in Pakistan. There's no corporate compliance. There's no infrastructure, and data of Pakistani citizens is actually hosted abroad. So lots of services that you want to do, like payments ki services ho gayi, e-government ki services ho gayi, you can't execute that on platforms which are not hosted in Pakistan. There's lots of compliance or regulatory masail hote hain. So these kind of successes are done by local players. So हमने एक opportunity देखी कि we can build a platform which Pakistanis could call their own. जैसे एक कभी भी हम देखते हैं कि न्यू यूजर्स आर कमिंग ऑनलाइन, वो सबसे पहले कोई सोशल मीडिया ऐप डाउनलोड करते हैं. सो वी सॉ एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू गिव समथिंग दैट पाकिस्तानीज कैन कॉल होम. सो दिस फॉर द इंसेप्शन फॉर TelloTalk.
And it's such I'm so excited about it because first time we're talking about something which is very trendy, and it is Pakistani, because it's very less this happens that we talk about Facebook, WhatsApp, and other softwares. But now we have this messenger service with and many other options that we'll talk about that TelloTalk has the features, and it's Pakistani. That's the best part about it. I have few pictures as well because I saw the whole campaign and how you showed your market presence. It's quite catchy. I'll show a few pictures as well now, and you can talk us through as well what this part is. So it says stay apart, not alone. So what was the whole idea behind this?
So this is a part of our COVID campaign as well, in which we're saying that even if you're staying apart, even if you're social distancing, here's a way in which you can stay connected with your friends and family. So that was quite a successful campaign in which the whole idea was around people who are at home, don't feel trapped at home. They can still explore with the tools that we give them on TelloTalk.
Right, and since cricket is very popular in Pakistan, I see you collaborating with Shahbaz Jamote as well. So what was that collaboration like?
Yeah, so over the course of part of the tech startup journey is you get to also represent there's lots of platforms which are supporting technology platforms to entrepreneurs. So Islamabad United was actually running a campaign in 2020 before the IPL lockdown actually happened. So they were running a campaign in which they were interviewing all the startups out of Pakistan, and they were selecting the best ones that they would like to integrate Islamabad United services to. So they wanted to give a platform which is the largest platform that we could imagine. And Alhamdulillah, TelloTalk was one of the winners who were selected for that campaign as well. So it's part of that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'll add on some comments as well, and let's see who we have with this. Samir Beg is with us, and he says, "Hello, Tello." So he's
hey, Samir.
And he's doing such wonderful work with the Robin Hood Army and everything around. He was also there at our sessions. So, so let's just we'll talk about TelloTalk a bit more, but let's just go back in the memory lane, back when you were a student, back to your student life. So how was life, when you were a student?
Yeah, well, so when I joined Greenwich, Greenwich was actually going through a struggling time themselves. So I remember in our class, we were hardly 10 students. So that's where Greenwich was going through a reformation phase. They were trying to rebrand themselves as well. They had gone through a tough period. And that was something that I admired. And I kind of reflected with myself in the university too. But what was great about it was the faculty. We had such fantastic people who gave us such great exposure and knowledge and, such unforgettable experiences. I remember we got the opportunity to go with Mr. Abdullah Dewan to South Korea and Hong Kong, in which we got to visit Hyundai and Kia's factory. So that was a great experience. That was something that you get to enjoy not only with your friends, but when you're traveling with classmates, when you're traveling with students, that learning is completely different. So we had a fantastic time doing that as well. The other thing is my whole inception, I owe my whole career to Greenwich in multiple ways. Not only because obviously I studied here, but the connections that were made here. So I'll just take you through that a little bit. So if you know Mr. Shoaib Shamsi, of course, used to be the dean of marketing back then. So Shoaib Shamsi Saab, when I graduated from Greenwich, so I come from a very political family. So for us, family business is going back to politics or doing CSS, or our family business is also seafood export. So the idea for me was to do a little bit of get my master's degree and then apply it back onto what our family roots are. But since I had
Right.
gotten a gold medal, I was motivated. I really wanted to see what private, enterprises do. And so I reached out to Mr. Shoaib Shamsi Saab and I said, you know what, I'd love to do a 3-month internship somewhere. And he said, look, I know a friend who's coming down from Malaysia. He's setting up a tech company in Pakistan. And he's like, if you want to understand how businesses are birthed, how they're initiated, how they're started, it would be a great learning opportunity for you. So I said, that's fantastic. So what started off as a 3-month internship is a 12-year-long career in that company. So I joined
Wow.
as an internee. I ended up being the country manager. I was running 2 divisions of that company, and it's just something that I never looked back. So that's something that is ingrained in me. So I owe Greenwich a lot. I owe Shoaib Shamsi Saab a lot as well, as far as that's.
Absolutely. And so Shoaib Shamsi has taught all of us. In fact, all
Yeah,
marketing students, we all owe
yeah,
a lot to him. But at the same time, this is such an inspirational story and journey. At the same time, where you
yeah,
mentioned that the tradition in your family was either do CSS or join politics. Nobody went towards the job site, and you
yeah,
went and you made your career in the technology field, where
yeah,
today it's a trend, but 15 years back, you
yeah,
must have a vision to join that
yeah,
field, which is so trendy today. So back then, if I talk about 15 years back, technology was something that, especially in Pakistan, people never knew so much about it. So talk
yeah.
us through that early stage and that early phase when this you started off as an internee. So what life and work was, because especially when we talk about living in Pakistan and our society, people are always judging. So whenever people ask, यार क्या कर रहे हो आजकल, and you tell, यार मैं टेक्नोलॉजी में काम कर रहा हूँ, तो अगले को समझाना ही बड़ा एक चैलेंज होता था. तो वो टाइम पीरियड आपका कैसा गुजरा, एंड हाउ यूज्ड टू गो बाय इट?
यार अभी भी यही हाल है, क्योंकि यू टेल समबडी यू आर मेकिंग मोबाइल एप्स और वो कहते हैं यार मेरे फोन में ये साउंड का मसला है, जरा ठीक कर दें, because they automatically presume आपको आता होगा. So this used to happen before as well, because जब हमने अपनी कंपनी लगाई थी, तो at that time आप सोचें कि Telenor and Warid had just come into the market. तो उससे पहले you only had Mobilink and Ufone, right? तो उस वक्त ये मोबाइल फोन जो वॉर चली थी, वो it was right at the inception of that. So जब when we planted that seed, देखें, even at Greenwich at that time, what we used to study is that you go into brand marketing, you go into FMCGs. ये goal होता था कि यार we'll end up at Unilever, Reckitt, और इस तरह के हमारे ambitions होते थे. And you never thought कि यार something like this could actually happen as well. But what attracted me most about this, जब हमने शुरू में देखा, and I realized कि with technology, the business model is so attractive. Because again, what we used to do is sell SMSs. It's a virtual product. The cost of distribution is zero. यानी I don't have to make a soap somewhere in a factory. उसको packaging का problem नहीं था, उसको फिर कहीं पहुंचाने का, फिर quality assurance का, फिर check का, ये तमाम चीजें उसमें नहीं थी. So we could roll out services very, very quickly. So even with a smaller team, what tech helps you do is reach a very large audience instantaneously and build and iterate very quickly. तो वो अचानक से एक दिमाग की बत्ती जली, एक खुला दिमाग के यार ठीक है यार, these kind of things can also happen, and we can apply our marketing principles, we can apply everything that we have learned over there. हमारे चारों P's इस पे apply हो सकते हैं, ठीक है ना, but it's just that the business model has reverted. So that was something which was very attractive, and it's something that we continue to do. और आज हम देख रहे हैं कि उसका आपने बिल्कुल सही बात की, that shift has become very trendy. To be a tech entrepreneur is something that's deemed as cool right now, but it
.com
comes with a
million.
lot of struggles. Yeah, yeah. So .com अब app millionaires और billionaires बल्कि बन रहे हैं.
Absolutely right. So I'll add on some more comments as well. We have with us the HOD of the Media Department of Greenwich University. He welcomes you to the show. And next we have with us Shahan Ali, who's also a Greenwich alumni, and he worked with you.
Yeah,
So he said, yes, sir, you're a gem of a person, very humble, down to earth personality. Miss working with you. So your experiences working with Shahan.
yeah. Shan was in my previous company. Shan was an
Okay, so we are having some tech issues. So meanwhile, till we resolve it, we'll get back. Meanwhile, you can also always text us and let us know what you're thinking about the session. क्योंकि सिंस जब से ये कराची में बारिशें हुई हैं तो अब तक जो नेटवर्क है वो नहीं मिल पा रहा. Although we're talking about technology and I will be discussing this with सर शहबाज कि ये हम इतनी टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कर रहे हैं लेकिन ये जो नेटवर्क और इंटरनेट के मसले हैं हमारे शहर के और मुल्क के वो कब हल होंगे. तो वील बी टॉकिंग ऑन दैट एज वेल. तो थोड़ा सा हम कमेंट साइड भी आएंगे, कमेंट्स आपको शामिल करेंगे एंड विल फर्दर मोर टॉक अबाउट टेलो टॉक थिंग और टेलो टॉक क्या है. मीनवाइल कुछ इनकी ब्रांडिंग्स रही, कुछ इनकी कुछ जो इन लोगों ने एक्टिवेशंस किए हैं उस हवाले से कुछ बात करते हैं और उनको भी प्रोग्राम में साथ साथ शामिल करेंगे. सो शहबाज भाई वेलकम बैक. ये बताएं, हम टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कर रहे हैं, एडवांसमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं. ये एक बारिश कराची में हो जाती है, आज तक नेटवर्क हिला हुआ है, आज तक इंटरनेट हम लोगों के हिले हुए हैं. कुछ इसकी तरफ भी नजर घुमाएं, कुछ इसको भी बेहतर करें आप लोग.
हाँ, आई थिंक ये मिलजुल के ही होगा उमर, क्योंकि देखें एक तो एस्पेक्ट है कि हमें बड़ा शुक्रगुजार होना चाहिए कि अगर आप देखें तो डिस्ट्रप्शन ऑफ सेल्युलर सर्विसेज फॉर एग्जांपल, ठीक है ना, वो फिर भी कंटिन्यूड रही. क्यों? क्योंकि मोस्टली वायरलेस, ठीक है ना. यू ऑब्वियसली हैव एंटेनास एटसेट्रा जो आपके फिजिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का हिस्सा. फाइबर ऑप्टिक के नेटवर्क्स, फोन लाइन के नेटवर्क्स, वहां पे सबसे ज्यादा हमें दुश्वारी हो रही थी. अब दोज आर डबल फोल्ड, क्योंकि वहां पे जब हम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की बात करते हैं तो आप खुद ही सोचे हमारे नाले तक बह रहे थे, और यानी आपके पास 2 फीट
राइट.
पानी जब रोड पे था तो आप क्या फाइबर ऑप्टिक का काम.
Absolutely. So yes,
So
we are having
अंडरस्टैंड
some.
कि उनके ऊपर कितना प्रेशर होगा.
Absolutely, I can totally understand, and we are. I'll just apologize to the audience. थोड़ा सा internet connection issues हो रहे हैं, तो just bear with us. But that's what life is all about, adaptation और थोड़ा सा सब्र. और खासतौर पे इंटरनेट ने तो बड़ा सब्र सिखा दिया हमारी आवाम को. Let's just talk, continue the whole conversation. हम बिल्कुल बात कर रहे थे कि उस वक्त नए एंट्रेंट्स आए थे और एक सिर्फ मोबलिंक यूफोन था और आज भी सारा सिलसिला चल रहा है. So, if we talk about now, we've got such huge competition. हर चीज में, हर जगह ही competition है. So, talking about that, how would you say that TelloTalk के features stand out as compared to the others?
आई थिंक दैट्स एन इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि ये वो सवाल है जो हम अपने आप से रोजाना पूछते रहते हैं. कि अक्सर ये होता है कि आप एक प्रोडक्ट बनाने के मगन हो जाते हैं एंड देन यू डोंट रियलाइज कि यार इसकी शायद नीड ही नहीं. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि इट्स सच एन एज ओल्ड कॉन्सेप्ट उमर, और हमें मार्केटिंग में भी सिखाया जाता है बार बार. बट जस्ट लिसनिंग टू द कस्टमर, जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड के बेस नीड क्या है. देखें, एक हमने फॉर एग्जांपल, आपको छोटी सी एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि हमने जब अपनी मार्केट रीच से शुरू स्टार्ट की थी तो व्हाट्सएप पे हमने देखा कि पाकिस्तान में ज्यादातर लोग ना एक दूसरे को वॉइस नोट्स बहुत ज्यादा भेजते हैं, ठीक है ना. तो अगर आप उनकी चैट्स जाके देखते हैं तो यू गॉट सीरीज ऑफ वॉइस नोट्स, बहुत सारे वॉइस नोट्स. जब हमने उनसे पूछा कि आप क्यों करते हो तो पता चला कि क्योंकि वो अपनी जुबान में बात लिख तो नहीं सकते, तो कहते हैं हम कैसे लिखें यहाँ पे. So one of the things that we did in TelloTalk earlier on was gave them 6 regional language keyboards. तो आप इंग्लिश, उर्दू, पश्तो, पंजाबी, सराइकी, बलूची, आप इन सब में A1 से आप इसमें बात कर सकते. तो ये जब हमने किया तो पीपल अप्रिशिएटेड, उनको पसंद आया. दूसरा हमने ये किया कि अभी भी उनको वॉइस नोट भेजने की एक आदत है, क्योंकि हमने सोचा कि यहाँ से शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, लेकिन जब हमने और एग्जामिन किया तो हमने देखा कि वॉइस नोट को हम बेहतर बना सकते हैं. तो व्हेन यू गो टुवर्ड्स दैट कि इफ आई हैव अ सीरीज ऑफ 10 वॉइस नोट्स, तो बड़ा मुश्किल है देखना कि यार कौन से वॉइस नोट में कंटेंट क्या था. तो हमने कहा कि अगर हम वॉइस नोट के साथ एक सब्जेक्ट लाइन ऐड कर दें हर वॉइस नोट के साथ, तो आसानी होगी यूजर्स को देखने की. तो टेलोटॉक में आप ये कर सकते हो, व्हेन यू डू अ वॉइस नोट तो आप कह सकते हो कि यार minutes of the meeting थे या ये संडे का पिकनिक प्लान था, तो you can actually each voice note without even pressing play आपको पता है कि इसका content exactly क्या है। तो इस तरह की
ये तो
चीजें हमने स्टार्ट की।
जिंदगी आसान कर दी आपने, ये तो वाकई बड़ा जबरदस्त फीचर है।
जी हाँ, और उसके अलावा फिर हमने ये देखा कि हमारे पास, even if you look at yourself, most of the conversations you have on TelloTalk, there are less conversations and more content sharing. People are sending you funny pictures or videos और इस तरह और न्यूज का लिंक। तो हमने देखा कि कंटेंट शेयरिंग बहुत हो रही है और कंजम्पशन भी बहुत हो रही है ऑन अ मैसेजिंग प्लेटफॉर्म। तो हमने कहा क्यों ना सोर्सेज ऑफ कंटेंट देते हैं। तो व्हाट वी इंटीग्रेटेड इनसाइड TelloTalk is you've got a news feed, you've got music, you've got radio, you can play games। तो हमने ये तमाम चीजें उनको दे लोगों को, तो उस पे हमारे पास यानी वी सॉ लाइक मल्टीपल टाइम ट्रैक्शन होना शुरू हो गई थी हमारे पास। So then, and building it that way. तो हमारे पास 4 verticals हमने identify किए for TelloTalk, which was communication, content, commerce, and community. So communication is where we are connecting people, making sure their communication is fast, smooth, and it's very hyper localized. दूसरा था कि भाई content की services, which is something that they like to spend time on and share with their friends. And commerce is, क्योंकि we can integrate news or media or music, we can also integrate e-commerce shops and we can also integrate payments and banks। तो ये तमाम चीजें आपके पास एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे मुमकिन हो जाती है। And the final thing is community. So for example, e-education services, e-health services, even e-government services to track your passport on a messaging application, कि आप अपने ट्रैफिक के चालान वहां से पे कर सको। तो all of that is possible onto using messaging as a universal services interface। तो आप देखें ये जब आप बनाने जाते हैं तो एक बहुत मेजर प्रॉब्लम को आप एड्रेस कर लेते हैं कि देखें हमारे पास पीपल आर कमिंग ऑनलाइन फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, नए नए इंटरनेट के यूजर्स क्योंकि ब्रॉडबैंड इतना लेट आया था, तो इनके पास सोफिस्टिकेटेड हैंडसेट्स नहीं होते, तो मेमोरी स्पेस बहुत कम होती है। तो इफ यू गिव देम वन ऐप जिसके अंदर ये आप तमाम चीजें कर सकते हैं, तो यू सॉल्व अ लॉट ऑफ देयर प्रॉब्लम्स। तो इस तरह की एक सोच लगा कि हमने टेलोटॉक बनाने।
इस तरह की सोच में आपने जितनी सोच लगाई, दिस इज सो फैसिनेटिंग, लाइक लिटरली, कि अगर मैं इस वक्त एक एप्लीकेशन की बात कर रहा हूँ और उसमें ये भी है, ये तो आपने वो वाली बात होगी कि हम जिस तरह हमारी आवाम जिस टाइप की है कि कहते हैं यार 500 रुपए की टिकट में मूवी देखने जाए, उसमें एक्शन भी मिले, ड्रामा भी मिले, रोमांस भी मिले, थ्रिल भी मिले। तो आपने कुछ ऐसा पैकेज बनाया है कि न्यूज फीड भी मिले, म्यूजिक भी मिले, रेडियो भी मिले, एंड स्पेशली द एड ऑन फीचर्स दैट यू हैव एडेड सो यूजर फ्रेंडली। और सबसे मजे की बात है दिस इज अ पाकिस्तानी ऐप। तो मेरे लिए ये बड़े प्राउड मोमेंट है कि एंड स्पेशली वी आर सो प्राउड कि माशाल्लाह आप जिस डेप्थ के साथ और जिस मार्केट रिसर्च के साथ एंड यू सो फुली अवेयर ऑफ व्हाट्स गोइंग अराउंड, ये प्रोफेशनलिज्म और ये डिटेलिंग देख के भी एक दिल बहुत बड़ा हुआ कि हमारी पाकिस्तानी कंपनीज इतनी डिटेलिंग के साथ इतना प्रोफेशनली काम कर रहे हैं। सो दिस इज सो फैसिनेटिंग एंड आई विल नाउ ऐड ऑन सम मोर कमेंट्स एज वेल। मैम शाजिया अनवर हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, कहती हैं हेलो शहबाज, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, गुड टू सी यू। तो आपको याद है मैम शाजिया?
वालेकुम। जी जी एब्सोल्युटली, वी स्पोक ऑन द फोन जस्ट लास्ट वीक एज वेल, तो कभी नहीं भूल सकते। जस्ट टू मेनी प्रेशियस मेमोरीज ऑफ इट।
इंडीड। सो कुछ सर आपके जो एक्टिवेशंस थी उनकी भी पिक्चर्स देखते हैं, बड़े कलरफुल आप लोगों ने एड भी बनाए, बड़े जिस तरह जितने कैची आप लोगों के फीचर्स हैं उतने कैची मार्केटिंग भी की, एंड आई एम श्योर सिंस यू द सीईओ तो वो बड़ी एक अच्छी हैपनिंग रही होगी। तो आई विल शेयर सम पिक्चर्स है और साथ साथ शो करते हैं कि क्या सिलसिला है। बट व्हाट्स द होल आइडिया बिहाइंड, क्योंकि सिंस आपने इतनी डिटेलिंग फीचर्स की बात की, तो जब मार्केटिंग के ऊपर बात आती है तो जाहिर है उसके लिए भी आपका कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट होगा। सिंस आप अब तक जो हमने बात की है, वी आर सो फुली अवेयर दैट यू आर अ मार्केटिंग गुरु राइट नाउ। तो व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स, तो उसके पीछे क्या थॉट प्रोसेस होता है, क्या माइंडसेट होता है?
I think marketing was something, Umar, to be fairly honest, we struggled with a lot, क्योंकि देखें जिस तरह एक प्रॉब्लम ये आ जाती है जब आप एक मल्टी फैसेटेड प्रोडक्ट बनाते हो कि आप इसको मार्केट कैसे करेंगे। हाउ डू यू कैप्चर एवरीथिंग दैट यू आर इन अ 30-second spot, in a 60-second spot और in one social media post। तो उसमें that was something जो हमारे पास एक बहुत लंबी चौड़ी डिबेट रही थी। और after 2.5 years of making TelloTalk, we started doing the advertising of it because we were still trying to refine the message, because we were very conscious of going out there with something which will confuse people rather than clarify as well। The other thing जो हमारे पास एक चीज बड़ी crystal clear थी, देखें, one of the best things about working in with a tech product कि आपके पास यूजर की अंडरस्टैंडिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ एनालिटिक्स बहुत अच्छा आना शुरू हो जाता है. So you know exactly मेरा यूजर का एज ग्रुप क्या है, what kind of are they interested into Bollywood, are they cricket lovers or not. तो आपके पास एक बड़ी अच्छी प्रोफाइलिंग बनना शुरू हो जाती है. तो उससे पता चल जाता है कि who exactly your customer is. तो जब when we were putting together our communication as well, we knew, जो आपने बिल्कुल सही बात कही कि एक मसाला फिल्म की तरह, we knew we had to go with a memorable jingle, right? So that's really where it incepted. We're like, we have to drive home the point that we are Pakistan's first messaging application. तो उसमें बार बार जो कहा जाता है हमारे जिंगल के अंदर के पाकिस्तान का अपना मैसेंजर है और आपस की बात आप इसमें कर सकते हो. So that was one of the aspects of it हम करना चाहते हैं. Plus it was very youth oriented क्योंकि Pakistan, our average median age in Pakistan is very young, 23.5 years, which is 2 years younger than India. तो जब हम कहते हैं कि एक इतनी यंग पॉपुलेशन है तो ये बड़ी टेक savvy होती है, दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन वेरी फंकी कलरफुल स्टफ. और जब आप अपना जेन जी या मिलेनियल्स की भी बात करते हैं तो दे आर अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड प्रोडक्ट्स लाइक टिकटॉक मोर देन प्रोडक्ट्स लाइक व्हाट्सएप. So we knew that the marketing had to capture that energy. तो उसके अंदर तो बड़ी सोच लगी, थोड़ा ह्यूमर डाला गया. So that's something which is permeated across all of that.
Right.
So that's
I'll show the whole graphical thing as well. At the same time, मेरे कुछ ये क्योंकि वो इतने हम इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन कर रहे हैं कि मेरी वो पिक्चर जो है ना स्क्रीन पे आने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, वो बहुत मुझे परेशान कर रही है. बट मीनवाइल आई फिक्स दैट इशू. लेट्स जस्ट टॉक अबाउट कि आगे के अब टेलोटॉक को क्या प्लान्स हैं. दिस इज द फर्स्ट पाकिस्तानी ऐप, बट आगे डू यू प्लान टू गो ग्लोबल? इसको आगे आप किस तरह से आपके प्लान्स हैं? व्हाट्स इन योर विजन फॉर द फ्यूचर नाउ?
So for TelloTalk देखें, एक अच्छी बात ये हो जाती है कि if you can prove a test case with using Pakistan as your first test case, so this principle can be applied in any market. ठीक है ना? In our lifetime, Umar, I think we'll end up seeing African language messengers and we'll see Arabic language messengers as well. So if the template is ready और आप उसको एक अच्छी शेप में ले आते हो, तो you can go out to Africa, you can go out to Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or the entire Gulf region as well, and then roll out a platform for each region. The best part is कि अगर इसको roll out हम करते हैं, तो there's also a great opportunity to interconnect this entire thing as well. So somebody who has downloaded a Bangladesh version of TelloTalk can chat with somebody who has downloaded a Swahili or a Senegalese version of TelloTalk as well. तो आप इन सारे इकोसिस्टम को भी आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. So that's actually the grander vision in which you can take the product forward. However, on more tactical levels, our whole focus is on getting user traction up and up. Alhamdulillah, we're seeing lot of growth coming in. हमने अभी यूजर जनरेटेड कंटेंट के ऊपर फोकस किया था जिसमें लोग अपनी स्टोरीज पोस्ट कर सकते थे. उसमें एक अच्छी बात यह है कि अक्सर आप दूसरे प्लेटफॉर्म पे जब कोई स्टोरी या कंटेंट या स्टेटस पोस्ट करते हैं तो सिर्फ पीपल हु आर इन योर फोन बुक आर एबल टू सी इट. हमने उनको अलाउ किया है कि आप दूसरे टेलोटॉक यूजर्स को भी दिखा सकते हैं. तो there's this desire for people to be socially validated, to showcase their skills and content जो हमने देखा है. तो उसमें बड़ी पॉपुलैरिटी हो रही है हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे. That's gaining a lot of traction. We have recently also launched subject-based chat rooms as well. So you can find someone who is interested in cricket or cars or movies. तो आप like-minded लोगों के साथ दोस्ती भी कर सकते हैं. So that's something that we also did as well. So a lot of focus goes into making sure that people, all the gaps that are there in communication where people can find new friends. तो उसके ऊपर हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं at the moment.
Wow. And I'm actually, I'll repeat this, so fascinated about knowing about this, or especially जितना hard work of working with details आप लोगों की की, और जो आपने पूरा अपने आइडियोलॉजी शेयर किए. आई थिंक जितने हमारे ऑडियंस जिन्होंने आज देखा होगा, जिनको नहीं पता इस बारे में, वो आई एम वेरी श्योर आई एम वन ऑफ देम. I will be downloading TelloTalk right now after the show, and we'll be talking about it with everyone else as well. कि ये वाकई you guys have done a wonderful job. And जहां हम बात कर रहे हैं कि जी पाकिस्तान के अंदर टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड मूवमेंट होगी, एक टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड पाकिस्तान बनेगा, हम फ्यूचर की तरफ आएंगे. एंड देन वी हैव गॉट ब्रिलियंट माइंड्स लाइक यू आर वर्किंग with such beautiful work to promote all this technology side. and we can so proudly own it कि यार ये हमारी पाकिस्तानी ऐप है.
Thank you so much, Umar. There's such kind words, and it's very encouraging for us to hear all of this as well. The team works really hard. Isme, sometimes, being part of a tech entrepreneur, because we've pushed the restart button on our lives, because we achieved, alhamdulillah, a lot of success with our previous startup. But then we saw this opportunity, और हमने कहा कि अगर नहीं आजमाएंगे तो सारी जिंदगी पछताएंगे. So, which is the reason why we put our heart and soul into it, and inshallah, we are confident that we'll make this into, not only a quality platform, but to prove that Pakistanis can create something which is on par with anything that's available globally.
Absolutely, and especially आज आपका विजन सुन के जो पूरे उसके पीछे आप लोगों का थॉट प्रोसेस था और किस तरह से इसकी पूरी मार्केट रिसर्च के बाद आपने क्या क्या चीजें फीचर्स की और वो एड ऑन होते जा रहे हैं. इट्स नॉट जस्ट वन टाइम थिंग कि यार ये स्टार्ट कर दिया है. यू गाइज आर कीप ऑन इंटीग्रेटिंग एंड कीप ऑन अपडेटिंग द होल लेटेस्ट सिनेरियोज विद टाइम, क्योंकि हमने देखा है कि बहुत सी एप्स होती हैं वो अपने आप को सस्टेन नहीं कर पाती सिर्फ इस बात कि सक्सेस मिल गया तो बस ठीक है. लेकिन आप लोग जिस तरह से आपने बताया कि हमने ये फीचर ऐड ऑन किया, पैंडेमिक में ग्रोथ आई तो आपने और उसमें फीचर्स ऐड ऑन किए, अब सारी क्रिकेट रिलेटेड चीजें आ गई, आप लाइक माइंडेड लोगों से इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो दीज एड ऑन फीचर्स एंड आई एम वेरी श्योर कि अब से अगर 2 महीने बाद मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ तो आपके पास मजीद कुछ नया होगा to talk about and to grasp people attention. So this is the I think USP of TelloTalk, and having brains like you behind TelloTalk is such an honor, and we're so proud that mashallah you're a Greenwich alumni as well, so the whole Greenwich fraternity can also take a proud moment when we talk about it. So mashallah they're so excited and we all wish you all the best. In fact मैं तो कहता हूँ कि हम कंपलसरी कर देते हैं हमारे ग्रेनिच के जो 4-5 हजार स्टूडेंट हैं कि वो TelloTalk डाउनलोड कर लें.
I think there will be nothing like it. It would be a moment of pride for me if that ever happens again.
No, definitely. And since I'm loving this session, we're also running out of time, and we should definitely have some program where you can share all your experience with our students as well. Because technology is a growing field in Pakistan, especially with your experience. If you can share it with our students, it would be very helpful for them as well, choosing their career, and if they're ever willing to come to the technology side. So I think we should do some exchange program as well.
I would love to do that.
Right, we're having some internet disruption again, but then again, meanwhile we fix it back. टॉपिक्स के ऊपर सेशंस करें जिस तरह का आज का सेशन था, और बहुत ही एक मैं कहूँगा कि मेरे लिए एक्साइटिंग था, फैसिनेटिंग था. एंड सर, वेलकम बैक. कैन यू हियर अस?
I can. I'm sorry, I was able to connect that for some reason.
No, not an issue at all. Sir, as I was saying that as much as I'm loving this session, we're also coming towards an end. कुछ exchange program के हवाले से भी हमने बात की. So hopefully, once this pandemic is over, we can come up to some collaboration where our students can learn from your experience.
We would love to do that. I think it's the duty of every entrepreneur, every alumni, to share those experiences just to help fellow students and emerging tech talent to navigate these waters. So would love to do that anytime that you guys want.
Inshallah. And before we leave, my last question: how was your experience being here at Greenwich Live Sessions today?
Oh, it was unforgettable. It's something that I cherish every day of my life. I owe so much to that for my personal growth, for my academic and career growth as well. It's just something that is irreplaceable. For anything else that has happened to my life, I think it was so instrumental being part of the Greenwich fraternity, and it literally felt like a second family, and I miss it every day. And we forged connections. There are friendships that we still maintain, and that's something that I think hopefully will carry on for the rest of our life.
Yes, and once this pandemic is over, we're planning lots of alumni meetups and lots of interesting, kind of activities where you guys will feel 17 again. So that is the whole idea. And how was your experience?
Yeah.
And how is your experience on this session particularly, the live session that we did today?
I love it. I'm so happy because I personally am a big fan of content creators. So I'm glad that Greenwich is going that way. And Omar, you've been a fantastic host, and just as you've admired TelloTalk, I think you've just found a fan in me.
And I'll absolutely add on something here that अगर TelloTalk के अंदर live लोगों को engage करने का कभी कोई feature आए where there's a match and you can get उसके ऊपर comments चाहिए कोई चीज है you can just talk to an expert kind of a thing. So I'm in just to help out because I have all those experiences as well. So
just every 2 months we've got new features rolling out. We'll do this one now.
Yeah, that's so, and it was such an honor for me to have you here and meet you because it's always a pleasure to be around intellectual people and with such vision. It's such an honor, and mashallah, I'm so happy that we have a Pakistani app, and especially with brains like you who's behind it. It's an absolute pleasure for me and all of us that heard the session today. And I wish you all the best, sir, for everything that you do in the future. Keep smiling, stay safe, and keep doing the brilliant work that you've been doing over the years.
Thank you so much, Umar. It was a pleasure being here, and thank you so much for your kind words. It means a lot. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much.
Right.
So you heard Mr. Shahbaz Jamote, the CEO and co-founder of TelloTalk, and what a wonderful personality. And best thing that I liked and in fact loved about him was his vision. How he carried this brand and just keep on building it. Like एक एक चीज की डिटेलिंग पे इन्होंने काम किया कि लोगों की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं, उनको क्या चीज चाहिए, किस तरह का फीचर चाहिए, और उसके ऊपर kept on integrating it. And I'll repeat, ये कोई अमेरिकन, ऑस्ट्रेलियन, यूरोपियन ऐप नहीं है, ये अपनी पाकिस्तानी ऐप है. TelloTalk is a Pakistani app. That is the best part about it. So I hope you enjoyed the session. मैंने तो बड़ा enjoy किया. In fact, बहुत सी अच्छी बातें पता चली हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी साइड की, और हम ऑन ट्रैक हैं. हम हमेशा क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं जी के पाकिस्तान में ऐसा नहीं है, पाकिस्तान में ऐसा नहीं है. पाकिस्तान में बहुत पॉजिटिव चीज़ें हैं और बहुत पॉजिटिविटी की तरफ बढ़ने वाले लोग भी हैं, और वो सब हमारे अपने पाकिस्तानी. यू जस्ट हैव टू look at that and you just have to spread awareness regarding those topics, subjects and things. So ये था हमारा आज का सेशन. कल इंशाल्लाह आपसे फिर मुलाकात होगी with another guest, another topic. You can always give us your feedback in the comments where you can tell us our future में live sessions में किन guests को देखना चाहते हैं, किन topics पर live sessions देखना चाहते हैं. At the same time, you can see all the details of Greenwich University on your screens. हमारा WhatsApp number बिल्कुल आपको अपनी स्क्रीन पे इस वक्त नजर आ रहा है, which is on for queries all the time. 0306 224 8363 is the number. Our email address is admissions@greenwich.edu.pk and our website greenwich.university जिस पे आप जाके सारे प्रोग्राम्स जो ग्रीनिच ऑफर कर रहा है you can have a visit and see. Greenwich is offering BBA, MBA, MPhil, PhD, economics, banking, finance. We have media that includes animation and graphic designing, radio, TV, journalism, and especially 50% discount for all the B.Ed students, masters in international relations and linguistics and literature. जितने students हैं उनको 50% discount on the tuition fee, and for that you have to visit greenwich.university, apply online, and have a feel on your own on how life is at Greenwich. Until next time, इजाज़त दीजिए उमर खान को, और हंसते रहिए, मुस्कुराते रहिए. Stay positive, not corona positive, but positive in life. Stay safe, keep smiling, and until next time, Pakistan Zindabad.